Hello, folks, and welcome back to episode 2 of Newcraft. This is Akoto, and today we need to do some building, I think, because this is a builder's paradise kind of pack, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to be building some things, and then we're going to do some exploring, because this mod pack's been updated a lot. So let's get into everything. As you can see, I got the zoom working. Everything that has been added, and let's build a few things. So, let's go. So as you can see, I updated a few things off camera here. We added in a few more touches to our base over here. We've got these mini chests now, which are they're just fun. they're great decoration. They're not really all that useful because they have, one slot, but they are good for storing all of the diamonds I've been mining. So I did some off-camera mining. It's just a little bit, thanks to ye olde fantastic efficiency 4 fortune 3 mending pickaxe. We have now 28 diamonds. We have a ton of iron, a ton of copper, a lot of resources so that we can actually be able to build some stuff. We're, all that coal that we had, well, we're down to 26 blocks of it now. So we're gonna have to go get another, meso coal at some point here very soon. But other than that, I didn't do a whole heck of a lot off camera other than just mining up some resources for today's build. Because if you notice, we are running out of inventory space in our very janky storage system here at our survival camp that we made. So today we are actually going to be building a storage building, and I'm going to stay in this particular area just because I really enjoy the way this looks. I mean, I love the jagged peaks over here, the frozen peaks off to the side. We've got the villagers right nearby. In fact, one wandered over here, unlike our fisherman last time around, who had an unfortunate accident with my bushes. He is a farmer, and he has a carrot and a beetroot trade, and we have carrots and beetroots, so I decided to just toss him in a boat, keep him over here, so we'll have him just hanging out. And just occasionally, villagers do wander up from underground over here, so I'm thinking that if enough wander up, we can basically make our own little villager trading hub and not have to worry about going down there and making one, which is nice. So yeah, a little bit of off-camera mining, but not too much. But I do want to do a storage building today because we are running out of storage, and I'm thinking that having it up here is going to be just fantastic. So now, as far as the pack itself, like I said, it has been updated. As you can tell, like the colors are a lot more vibrant. I don't know if that's a various different mod that's in here, or that's just something that it's like a seasonal change. I'm really not sure. But the color things have been updated. As you can see, I figured out how to get the zoom working, so we've got that. But if you go look over here, yeah, I was seeing how to make leather, by the way. There have been a lot of new additions put in, mostly for adventuring. So if you look in here, you've got MC Dungeons has been added in, MC Dungeon armors, MC Dungeon weapons. I want to get this set because this set sounds just fun. When you wear this armor, the sounds of the screams fill the air, but are the screams yours or your enemies? It's very interesting. And then you've got like emerald gear, curious chestplate. So I want to find one of these empty dungeons just to go hang out and basically do that. So I mean, you need to get like the mercenary helmet and then upgrade core to be able to get that. And you've got like the living vine stuff. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's been added in to the pack as far as just from an adventuring standpoint, which is really fun. So we are definitely going to be taking advantage of that at some point, but for right now, we really need a storage building. Now, since this is a Vanilla Plus pack versus a high-tech pack, we don't really have a lot in the way of storage options, which is, it's fine. It's fine, everything's fine. Don't burn yourself on your campfire, kids. So we don't have a whole lot of options as far as like really high-tech storage goes. You've got an AE2s in here, so if you want to go that route with like the ME storage and all that, you can. That's a little bit too technologically advanced for us right this second. But what we can do is we can go in and make these. So if you notice, Iron chests, you get the old iron chests, of course, but like iron chest, gold chest, diamond chest, obsidian chest, those are all a thing in here. So what I want to do is I'm going to make a storage room that's going to be based on just basically manual storage. So I'm not going to do an automated storage system just yet. You could do like iron and gold and diamond chests with like a vanilla style sorting system using just redstone, using comparators and redstone torches and repeaters and stuff like that, if you really wanted to. I'm not going to do that because I want to make a very kind of unique storage room, because I want to go with the same kind of style that we've got here, where it's like, I'm a plane crash survivor and I'm just sort of like building what I can to be able to survive. So we're actually going to do our storage room, I think, right in here. So we're going to clear out a little bit of this area. As you notice, my shovel is completely ruined at this point. But I actually need to get just a regular shovel anyway, because the vein mining shovel is nice, but it's not very selective, let's say. Luckily, we've got tons upon tons of stuff in here, so I'm going to make a couple of... I think I can do this. I think I can make copper shovels in this pack. Let's double check just to make sure. And yes, we can. Cool. So we're just going to make a couple of like copper shovels, because I really don't need anything better than that, just to clear out this little bit of an area. So we're going to clear out that area, and we're going to start our storage room. And this is going to be a very unique kind of storage room, like I said, because we're going to go with the same thing where I'm just like a plane crash survivor, and I'm trying to put things together in the best way that I can. So it's going to be fun. So let's sleep, and we'll start working on that with a little bit of a building montage. I love the zoom. I love the zoom. So yeah, let's sleep, and we'll get started on our storage room. So you probably saw where I was going with this one, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this actually, the finished product for this, the way this turned out. So once again, go with me on this. So basically what we've got is we've got a guy who's crashed in the mountains in a plane crash. He set this little camp up down here, but wants to build something a little bit bigger, but doesn't quite know how. So we've got a kind of an old style log cabin, but he's used like logs that he's found on the ground that maybe aren't the best, and there's like bits and pieces of them, either missing or it's been stripped for bark by bears or what have you. So he's basically trying to make do with what he's got, which is like reclaimed wood and all this other stuff. And then, found some copper to make this roof, but didn't quite know how to refine the copper all the way. So you've got like full blocks mixed in with the slabs. I was actually thinking about putting in some stairs here and there too, just to give it that sort of, didn't quite know how to refine the copper look to it. I think that actually would turn out pretty well. But as it is, so we got like regular copper blocks in here. And let me tell you, the hardest part about this build was going and finding copper for all of this. Luckily, I found a giant copper vein downstairs, so we were able to do that. And then these, by the way, polished dripstone gates, that's from Consistency Plus. So that allows you to actually make gates and walls and stairs of pretty much any kind of material that you find, like tough calcite, the dripstone blocks, quartz. I mean, obviously quartz you can still do that with, but it allows you to do it with any kind of material, so you're not just stuck with that. So this actually, I think, worked out really well in here. Then we got some pressure plates to close it on the way in, and then the inside, real simple design. Now we've got some shelves on the walls here. We've got our little tiny chests. Notice we've got our mini chest over here filled with diamonds, which I thought was kind of cool. On one of our tables, we had an extra couple of tables that I threw in here as well that we'd made earlier. So the shelves are going to be where we're going to put tools and specialty items. A couple of barrels, just because I like the way the barrels look, and they look good for this build. I considered using them for the walls, but I think in this one, it's a little bit overkill. So we've got just a good old-fashioned oak interior, like very, very standard Minecraft kind of interior with the oak everywhere. We've got the crafting table. We've got the stone cutter over here. I made a couple of these oak drawers, so we've got a little bit more storage for like clothes and stuff, like we can put armor in those. And then on the back wall, we have our main storage here, which is a bunch of iron chests. Now, I understand this isn't like sexy kind of storage, like simple storage or refined storage or ME or storage drawers or anything like that. Don't sleep on the expanded storage mod, because each one of these iron chests is basically 2 double chests. So effectively, we're getting 2 double chests of storage out of 1 single double chest here. And these can be upgraded. So after a while, we can upgrade them to gold and then diamond and then obsidian if we really want to. So we can upgrade this storage so that it'd probably be the only storage system we need for this particular world. Notice I have 1 white lamp in here rather than the 4 brown ones, because I ran out of brown wool. So I love these Adorn lamps, though, because they can be turned off and on. So if you want like a little bit more atmospheric kind of thing, especially with the 1.18 spawning mechanics, you only really need one of these lamps on. I just like having lots of light, and I like the fact you can stick them to the ceiling to make them ceiling lights too, which is nice. You can also put them on the walls or on tables. So they're table lamps. Technically, you can put them pretty much anywhere you want. So this is going to be our storage system, and like I said, we'll probably end up upgrading this to gold chests and then diamond chests, and maybe as far as obsidian. I just don't know yet. So don't sleep on the expanded storage mod with like the iron chests, the different the element chests, because it's a very powerful storage system, and it's very simple to set up. I mean, now, granted, this took me about 5 stacks of iron, so I'm almost out of iron now, but let's look at it realistically. Any storage system you make in vanilla, you're going to basically run yourself out of iron to make anyway, because you're making all the hoppers to go with it. You're making the hoppers, you're making the comparators, you're making the redstone repeaters, the torches, the dispensers, the water elevator to take them all the way around. Mostly the hoppers, though, are going to run you out of a lot of iron. So even though this looks like a lot of iron, it looks like it might be a waste of iron, it's really not, because this is now it's a static storage system, so it's not automated or sorted, but it's still very, very powerful. So we have so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. So we've got effectively 32 double chests of storage here that is upgradable to 64 double chests of storage and then 128 chests of double storage if we go all the way to obsidian. So we've got enough storage to last us for quite some time. So I'm going to move some stuff over here, but we're not done building, because we also need to build ourselves a house. Because as much as I like the camp, and I really do, I think the camp turned out really, really well, I've got an idea for a house that we can build that's going to sort of go along with this kind of style, but it's going to be an evolution of that style. So let's say homeboy being me, crashed in the mountains and has been trying to do stuff and has been trying to build things to give himself some more security. And he learned a lot from building this particular build, right? So now he's going to go build himself like a little house over here off to the side. And then the center area is probably where we're going to have our enchanting setup when we get it. But we're going to build a house over here with a pathway going to our storage system. But the house we're going to build is going to be kind of interesting. So let me put some stuff away. And that one we're actually going to sort of build together a little bit. I'm not going to do a montage for that one, because I want you to be there building it with me, because I think it's a really cool idea. So let's go ahead and grab all this stuff. We'll make use of our backpack because we can. And we'll just drag this stuff over to our storage system, and I'll be back with you in just a second once we've got all of this taken care of. The idea for this house I've got is not original. I mean, this isn't technically original either. This is sort of Google is your friend. Like Google Images is your friend. So I looked up ramshackle log cabin, and I got a whole bunch of different things. Like the copper, the copper roof I got from a couple of different shed builds. But I just wanted to make this so it looked like someone had, without a whole lot of experience, had put all this together here. But now we're going to build something a little bit different that I think is going to look really, really good. And it's actually taken from another YouTube channel that I love this YouTube channel. I've gone down the rabbit hole on this YouTube channel a number of times. And the YouTube channel is called Modern Self-Reliance. They've got about 250,000 subscribers. They should have 10 times as many. Because really what they do is they build like houses out in the middle of nowhere in Canada, where it's cold, and they build these like $30 cabin, $25 cabin. The one that we're actually doing is a mini build that they did. They just completed it about 3 weeks ago. There's an hour-long video on the whole thing that basically gives you a tour and a how-to on how they built it. And that's what we're going to build. Is we're going to build like this miniature little house over here. Because you may have noticed, like, where's your food stores at? Well, the food stores aren't there yet because we have not gotten our cooking for blockheads set up. Ooh, if I can spell, that is. So, do we have... I thought we had cooking for blockheads in here. So, hang on. Okay, let's look. Oh, we don't. That's right. Okay. That's okay, though. We have Adorn, so we can just use the Adorn here. So we're going to use the Adorn setup to basically make our little kitchen inside of this very small house build. So it's going to sort of take over from the lean-to we've got over there. Now, the lean-to is going to stay. I'm not tearing it down because I really like this. I really enjoy this build. So this all is going to stay exactly where it's at, including the farm here. The farming area, though, we're actually going to be moving as well. We probably will be moving that down there, I'm guessing, probably. So we'll have like an industrial-sized farm down there. But for right now, we're going to build this house over here. But we need some materials for that, which is why I've been growing all of these trees. And we are going to be using just oak primarily because that's what's around here. I want to stay in keeping with what's in the area over here. Like I said, this is going to be one where I'm going to kind of more walk you through it than I am just going to go do a montage for it, because occasionally I do like doing walkthroughs on builds, just simply because I've had a lot of people ask me, it's like, how do you build so well? How do you do this? Well, I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of people like Green and Neocubist and Super Turtle, of course, who is also a fantastic builder. I mean, he probably would tell you otherwise, but his builds actually are very cool looking. Chosen Architect is another person I'll watch. Pearlescent Moon, some of her builds are just fabulous. I mean, I don't know how she does some of the stuff she does, but so I watch a lot of YouTube, and a lot of those particular people, especially like Green and Pearl and Chosen, will do walkthroughs occasionally on the builds that they're doing. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Is I'm just going to do a walkthrough on this very simple, very easy, but very cool looking mountain cabin sort of looking build. I mean, it's not necessarily a mountain cabin. You can kind of put it anywhere, but I think it works best in an environment like this, where you've got the mountains as the backdrop back there. Can I get to that log? I cannot. All right, we'll go around. Because, yeah, we've got the mountains as the backdrop here. I think that's actually going to work out really well. So let's go ahead and get all these chopped down. So we got some materials, and we'll get to work. All right, now we've got an area cleared out. We've eaten, we've slept, we've got some water in us, we've done a little bit of resource gathering. So this is everything that we should need to be able to make this build. Now, first thing, whenever you are planning a build, I don't care if it's a small build, a medium-sized build, or a just giant build, like if you wanted to make that mountain into a castle or something, always have a build chest. Now, this is the first thing I can always recommend, is have these three things ready to go. And maybe also a furnace, but these are the three things that I typically have when I'm doing any build. We've got a crafting table, because you're always going to need to make things like planks and stairs, a stone cutter in case you want to make different variants of stone, and a build chest. And inside our build chest, you're going to see everything that we will probably need for this particular build. So we've got some cobbled deep slate, which we can turn into deep slate variants, which is what I'm going to do the roof out of. We've got a ton of oak wood, because that's going to be the primary build for this. We've got some cobblestone just in case, some sticks just in case. We've got our birch door, which is the door we're going to use for the house itself, a couple of these birch benches, some clay in case we want to do things like making flower pots or terracotta or something like that, and these dripstone brick slabs, which I just love the color of, that we're going to use probably for the flooring inside. So I also grabbed a couple other random things like a chest and some oak fence, some lilies of the valley to put around it. But for the most part, we're going to be playing around with deep slate and oak. That's going to be the main building materials for this particular build. So let's grab all of this out of here. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make a bunch of fence. We've got 14 oak fence because this particular build, if you actually want to go follow along on the Modern Self-Reliance channel, it's basically what we're doing is we're building the micro glass house that they're building, but with a little bit of a twist. So it's going to be a very small build. It's mostly an A-frame construction. But the first thing we need is the front porch. So the front porch basically goes, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's that. So we have our front porch, and the porch we're actually going to do in wood because that's how they've got it done. If you go take a look at the way that they built it. So the front porch is going to be wood. So we're going to do wood slabs. Let's get rid of that. And then we're going to do sort of like a little staircase going up here. So let's see. We want it, I think we want it offset. So let's do the entryway sort of offset to the rest of this. We do have, I believe, if you go look at Adorn, we do have these platforms that we could try as well. So rather than using slabs and stairs, we could actually try this. So we could try oak post and just a slab. Let's give that a shot and see how it looks. So this is how I build, by the way, in case you were wondering. I build in a kind of a strange way, as I'll sort of throw things at the wall and see exactly what sticks, and then we'll go from there as far as the way I build things. So let's try this. I'm intensely curious. I've never actually used these much. I think I like that better, actually. I really do. So that being the case, let's get rid of these. And we can, if I can grab the right tool here. There we go. And we can go ahead and use that because that is actually at the level where we can put stuff on it too. So yeah, that's nice. I like that. So let's do that instead. So that's the outside of the house. This is how big the inside is going to be. It's basically going to be a 3x4. It's going to be very, very small. But that's kind of the point, is it's supposed to be very, very small like that. So let's go grab this and we can figure out. So this is the footprint of the house proper. So this is it. This is all the room we have to work with. And that's fine because it's supposed to be about this size. This is going to be a very oaky kind of build, by the way. So this is going to be oak on the outside. The door's there. And it's only going to be too tall because we're doing an A-frame roof that goes over it. If you've seen the video. So it's only going to be too tall. And we're not going to have any windows on the sides because this entire top piece is going to be made out of stairs and this quartz glass. Now, the quartz glass is real easy to make, by the way. So if you go over here to quartz glass, it's basically 4 pieces of colored glass and 5 Certus quartz dust. If you've done any mining whatsoever, you have already gotten a ton of Certus quartz dust. So you don't need to really worry about that. Let's sleep. Nice. Yeah, so this is going to work out really well. So I'm going to make another one of these that's going to be our bed in here, and it's going to look really cool. So I'm really happy with the way this is going to look. So let's go ahead and take a nap. And as soon as the sun comes up, yep, there's that. Excellent. All right, so let's continue building. And that's it. That's the house, basically, right there. That's all the house is going to be. Now, we may want to change these out for a little bit different color on the outside, just for the sake of sort of mixing it up a little bit, because it's very, very oaky. It's just a big oak box right now. In fact, what other options do we have as far as these goes? So we've got the oak platform, the spruce platform. I think the birch The birch might be our best bet, honestly. Or we could do stone. I mean, we could do the stone platform too, or the cobblestone platform. I'm not sure. But we do need the porch too, because we've sort of skipped the porch here. Because that was going to be the porch, and then it turned out to not be. So if we have the porch, ooh, yeah, we could do. Ooh, yeah, welcome to building with a Kodo. I make like 18 million different decisions while I'm building stuff here. So this can be our porch area. That will still be oak. So we'll still make the porch oak. But we may switch over. Whoops. We may switch over to a different wood type for this. In fact, I think we will. So let's do the porch, and then we'll figure out what we're doing from there. All right, still not sure if I'm 100% sold on it yet or not, but I do like the difference in the colors here. Let's get the roof on, and then we can go from there. So, as I said, what we're going to be doing is sort of a typical A-frame kind of roof. Now, the thing is that I don't want it to be the cobble deep slate. I don't think I want it to be the polished bricks either. I think I want it to be the polished deep slate stairs. So we're going to make half a stack of those. Now, I don't know if you've ever done like a typical A-frame or not, but it's real simple. It's a very, very easy way to do this. So what we're going to do is just basically start like that, and it is going to overhang one on each side. So we may have to sort of change this up a little bit as far as where... I mean, the porch area is still fine. I think we're okay with that, but we may have to change up our entrance here. So, whoop, that's a little bit upside down. Okay, that. Oh, I need to drink some more water. That's fantastic. I am the thirstiest man ever, apparently. And then we do backward stair, just like that. And now we're going to go grab some more of this. Where's that? Where's my polished? Doink. We're going to need another probably half stack of stairs, give or take. Yeah, that's probably about right. And then we go up from here. So there's that and that. And then we just sort of alternate around and make this A-frame roof. So real simple to make this. Very easy build. Having said that, I'm sure there are people who are going to basically tell you it's like, well, that's too easy. It's you should make something more difficult. Just because something is easy doesn't mean it's bad, okay? I mean, just because something is a simple build does not mean that it is something that you should just immediately discount because you think it's too simple. So if we go down here and take a look, you can see there's our A-frame roof. Now, a little blocky, a little chunky, really not a whole heck of a lot we can do about that unless we wanted to go up directly from here instead. But this is a very typical kind of roof that you see on a lot of Minecraft builds because it is a very kind of almost medieval style. Once again, Minecraft is a kind of medieval styled game. It really is. It's just the way that the block palette is, the way the builds are, is always going to be, I mean, even if you're not building medieval, you're kind of building medieval. And let me do that. There we go. And that's our A-frame roof. It's just that easy. It's really not hard at all, which is nice. So now here comes the interesting part, is we are going to use this quartz down here to make ourselves kind of a glass roof. And then we'll worry about filling in these corners here in just a second. So, and notice how all of this connects, which is one of the reasons that I decided I wanted to use it. So whenever there is what are you doing, dude? it's just, keep getting visited by villagers. So there's that and that. So that's where the glass on the roof is going to go. And then we are going to use this in between there to give it that kind of glassed in style. So let's see how this is. Ooh, if I can, yeah, okay. I'm kind of liking it. And then this is just going to be straight across this way, and we'll probably put slabs on top of that so it's spawn proofed. So we'll worry about that in just a second. Sorry I keep zooming in and out. I have my middle click set to the zoom and to block picker, so yeah. it's a little bit wonky. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more glass there. 3, 4, 5, 6 more glass there. And we get the stairs. Boy, I'm going to have almost the exact right amount of stairs here. A little bit off, but not by much. That does not happen very often. Okay, so there is our glassed roof. So we've got the glassed areas there. Now, this isn't going to look exactly like the one that I'm basing it on Modern Self-Reliance, but it's going to be close. Because if you go in here, you've got lots of glass, you've got lots of area to look out of. If we had glass stairs, it'd be even better, but we don't. so there's that, unfortunately. Where's my sleeping bag? Time to sleep. All right, I called a little bit of an audible here. I added in some logs because it just needed a little bit more texture, I think. So we added in these spruce logs that I actually found over there from a tree that wasn't a spruce tree. Don't ask, it's strange. But anyway, so we've got these spruce logs in going up the side here, which gives it a little bit more texture, and I like that, and a little bit more color too, because it was very oaky. So we've kind of changed that around, and then over here, if you notice up front, we've got these oak slabs in. We've got this, which is sort of the window. Now, obviously, it's a circular window for the one that they did on the channel. Small circles in Minecraft are just things that don't go together, unfortunately. So we've got that, and then we're going to do the same thing over here with some oak wood in the back, and we're going to effectively do the exact same thing with the glass in the middle, except I've left all my glass in the build chest. Okay, that was smart. There's that. Do I have any oak planks? I have these slabs. I'll just use the slabs up. Just use up the slabs. It's the same thing as planks, really, if you use enough of them. So that goes there. And then, we could make a big back window back here. So slightly deviating from what they did, but I think I like the openness a little bit more with that. So if we did that, yeah, that looks good. I like that. I wonder if we can make, I don't think we can make panes out of these. And it would be kind of hard to do these as panes anyway. These need to be solid blocks, unfortunately. Now, the other thing that we can do is we can actually use, I think we can use, let's grab that fence. Because I think for the struts that they've got on the inside of their building, we can use this fence, and it would look practically the same. So if we did that, I actually think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty solid. So what if we did, ooh, there we go, okay. So now we've got the struts built on the inside, like you've got the framing for the roof. So you've got that in here. I don't want to go all the way down with this because I do want to have the natural light still coming in, as we are blocking a little bit of it with that. How does that look from the outside? That does not look terrible. I kind of like it. We need to work on the roof a little bit here to give it a little bit more detail, but that's okay because we've got this stuff we can turn into slabs. So let's put all this stuff back. And let's go put some slabs up here and see how it looks with that. So you always want to be a little bit careful with the slabs because you don't want the top of the roof to look too chunky, but you do want some depth to it. So I think with that, that'll give it a little bit more depth, and it'll look, oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Minor changes like that can make it actually look better. Now, we could do an upside down stair there too. Kind of depends on what you want to do with it. I think I like that personally. The front needs some help, but we can do that real quick here. There we go. So it gives it a little bit more of a enclosed feel. And we could do this all the way around if we wanted to, but I don't know if I want to. I think I just want to leave it like that for right now. So it's just a quick way to do like a, how you do like the latticed fencing around a deck. This is a real quick way to do that is just using these types of trapdoors. You can also use acacia trapdoors for this. In modded, there's a couple of different types of trapdoors that you can use that have holes in them. I would recommend using the ones that have holes because they just look better. So let's get some light in here so that we're not going to be turning this into a mob farm. Thank you very much. And sleep for the night in our new house, which I think is definitely worthwhile. So, yep, let's take a nap. Well, maybe. Okay, there we go. Taking a nap. And bed acquired. Fantastico. That's neat. I like that. I like that a lot. So we've got our little area here. In fact, what else do we have from Adorn that we can mess around with here? We got these little side tables, these little end tables. I actually have a couple of those built that I brought with me. So we do have those, and we have this platform. Would that make a good table, I wonder? That's neat. I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. I like the way that looks quite a bit. We still need to fill our sink up. Oh, we need to go get our brick too. Yeah, okay. So we've got a little table, a little, a little bench, and a table over here. So that's cool. We've got our bed. We've got plenty of storage in here for food and such. For the time being, anyway. Now, obviously, we're probably going to run out of storage here, but we can put spices on the spice rack. And, oh, that is the other thing. So, I want to have access to a crafting table, but we don't really have room. So, here's a trick you can use for this. So, grab your crafting table, come over here. And once again, I can't take credit for this one. This came straight from Pixel Riffs. Look at that. Crafting table in the doorway, and then you just put the door right there. So you have sort of a doormat. And it's a crafting table, but it's a doormat, which is kind of fun, I think, anyway. And we might change this door out for something a little bit different later on, but for right now, I like it. I like the way this turned out. But we do need like a flower pot with a flower in it and some other decorations here. So I think this turned out as a really fun little build for our house. We've got our bed, but we've got storage, we've got a smoker for all our food, we've got a bench, we've got a table, we've got some shelves for other random storage in here. We've got a little bit of color with the brick wall using as sort of a flue for this. We've got the blue bed. You can choose whatever color you want, but I mean, I like it. I think it looks really good, and I'm really enjoying this build. I'm really enjoying this series. If I might add, I love this mod pack. The mod creator is very, like, I've DM'd him a couple of times with, hey, this seems to be broken, help. But so he's been really helpful with that. He's been really into helping the channel out because he put us on the front page of his mod, which I thought was just absolutely fantastic. I probably should put that down now. So yeah, I thought that was great that he put that on there. That he put our channel on the front page of the mod for people to take a look at if they wanted to play the mod or not, which is awesome. So yeah, I'm really having a really good time playing this pack. I'm having a really good time building stuff in this world. And I hope you're having a fantastic time too. I hope you enjoyed these couple of builds that we did today. I know it didn't seem like we did a whole heck of a lot, but we've got a whole new storage system. We've got a whole new house. It's really cool. And I've had a lot of fun doing this. So I highly recommend you check out the mod creator's main page on CurseForge. He does keep everything up to date there. He's been doing a lot of updates to the pack. Pack's still in beta, so there are going to be some issues with it. You just have to sort of keep an eye out and adjust accordingly. So keep an eye out there. Definitely check out the Modern Self-Reliance page to see what this actually looks like in real life, not just in how I've made it, because it's a really cool build. And he's a lot of really cool stuff on his channel. Like the $30 house is one of my favorites. And he just built this crazy Canadian dude who builds houses in the middle of nowhere in Canada and somehow manages to survive. So that's always nice. So I hope you did have a good time. I hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride. On your way at the door, if you could, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you have not already. More subscribers. We're growing like I can't believe. We've gone up a third more subscribers in the last month than I had previously. It's nuts. We're seeing it's like a 100% increase in the number of people almost that have come to the channel since I started doing all the Mod 7 and Newcraft. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so on the way out the door. But if you don't want to subscribe, that's perfectly fine as well. I do this for fun. I do this for entertainment. I do this for stress relief, so don't ever feel like you have to do anything other than just enjoy yourself while you are here. But whatever you do tonight, make sure you go out, play some games, have some fun, and I'll see you all again real soon. Have a good night, everybody.